Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here. Many of you have been asking for this one, and I'll be teaching you in this video the correct way to progress your gear in MaplestoryN. I'm going to be coming from the perspective of as free to play as I can, and towards the end of the video, maybe we will scale up into a bit more expensive stuff for those of you who are interested. Again, this aims to maximize your damage, minimizing your costs. If you are here to make money in the game, you want to know my investment philosophy in my gear, because as you can see, I have a lot of stuff here and I invest in items specifically to make money. I share with you my thought process. You can check out the pinned comment as well. It will save you and make you a lot of money. But anyways, in MapleStory, you need to understand the items that are very valuable. I see a lot of people buying random body armor, random gear, random capes for no reason, just thinking that they can complete the set, look cool with a nice new hat and stuff, but it's actually not the most efficient way to do things. The best and most powerful way you can increase your damage in the lowest cost possible is with an acronym here. It's called W, S, and E. It stands for a short form for weapon, sub-weapon, and emblem. In MapleStory, these three are the most important items in the game because it's the only place that you can get your potential with bonus damage. Let me just pull this one out. Bonus damage of magic attack percentage, normal attack percentage in terms of just physical, the non-magic version, boss damage, and defense ignore. So these three lines can only be obtained from your W, S, and E, or crit rate also if you are looking for them. Meaning that these are really, really valuable because they add a ton of damage. Let me just show you real quick. My current damage, of course this is a bit exaggerated of an example, 31,000 right now, but just slapping on basically naked gear, 2 gear, I more or less double my damage. Even if I don't do this, the next item that is on the list is just a wand, which is the weapon. You can see here it also increases my damage from 31,000 to 37,000. A 20% bump, very, very massive amounts of damage increase just from this. Now, just to put it into perspective, some of you might be saying, EOD, your stuff are so green, so of course you're going to get a lot of damage. It doesn't really raise the point of how important these items are. Now, if you go and see the market, I have a Dominator pendant over here whose trading value double of that of these two combined. These two add together and you multiply by 2, probably it's not even this item's value, but let me just show you the damage difference. I slap on this and I slap on this over here. My damage is 77,000. Let's make it a bit more interesting. I'll keep the one that gives me the most damage, which is probably if I keep my book. Oh no, okay. Let me just keep this. Okay, so you have 60k here. 77 is the number to beat. And I'm just going to slap on this thing over here. And you can see for double the value of money, if I'm paying like double money of these two items combined, my random gear is only giving me just break even the amount of damage that my book and my emblem provides. So that just shows you how efficient in terms of money wise is these two items, the W, S, and E in terms of getting value. You can do a lot of damage just by having and completing these three, which is why I think these are the first items you need to go to. You don't even need to be like mine with massive green colored items. You can go for a simple one, which is like this one over here, which I believe trades at like 1 million. The Bishop's normal book at like rare and magic costs around 2 million as of time of recording. The green one goes for 30 plus, I believe. Your gold maple leaf costs a lot more, but I believe the silver one is slightly cheaper at around like close to 10 million. Of course, it's a long-term investment, but I think it's really solid as well. You guys can check out the video in the pinned comment if you want to know my thought process, because as you can see, there is a distinguishing factor. I'm doing certain things intentionally as well. Why is my weapon epic? Why is my other stuff legendary? I share with you in the video. It's beyond this point because for those of you who don't know, I'm a finance major by profession. I've been working in the field for 6 years. I even have a money channel also, but which is out of scope. That's why I leave it specifically in another video. So after you're done with this, you complete your W, S, and E when you're trying to get your way there. Some of you might not have the money to afford a gold maple leaf right now. The second way you can do it, which I highly recommend very efficiently, is completing your set bonuses. For example, if you look at this here, this Unchained one, you can see that there are 5 pieces that you can complete in order to get this bonus attack stat. You can get the boss damage, defense ignore if you have 5 of the same type. Every single item is different. Some items like these ones over here, the Neophyte, don't have set bonuses, so you don't get the additional edge. If you are very free to play, just new into the game, you can get just the stuff. For example, as you can see, I have a very modest cost of Unchained gear over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I get myself nice amounts of stats just by having the items, which gives you a lot of benefit already. And that's the second thing, completing your sets if it's possible to complete them at a low cost. So don't go buying the most expensive gear like your, if you see in the shop, for example, in all the way over here, you go up, you can see there are stuff going for like 15 million plus, your Eagle Eye gear, and you're trying to complete those. They are going to cost you an arm and a leg, which is not very cost effective. That is the second tip that I have, other than your whatever we mentioned. The next thing that I want to talk about is how do you get your stats? Everywhere that you go, you realize people always seem, as you go higher up in the bosses, they care about how much is your stat line, which means you will notice people on the megaphone saying 4.5k stat, 10k stat, and stuff like that. How do you do this? How do you increase this? Is looking for stuff which also increases your damage, not just making it look nice. Very importantly is to get stuff with percentage of your stat that you're looking for. You can find it in the marketplace very easily. I will show you in a little bit how I search as well, what I search for, using as an example. But look at this, INT 6%, you can just buy it off the market. It likely is not going to be super expensive. My biggest tip for you, if you don't know how to cube, don't cube, just buy it off the marketplace. If you have seen our other video where we actually do 250 cubes, you kind of know what's the estimated price of an epic line that you're looking for. So check that video out if you want to know exactly what is the premium you have to pay for a specific line, because it will save you some money as well. But go for these like 6% INT, because my class is INT. You can go for 6% INT here, and ideally you want a 6%, 3% on your epic gear if possible, because then you can get 9% on your epic gear of your main stat, which is very fantastic. Ideally, you want something that, of course, goes more 3 lines and bonus potential, everything that gives you, but one step at a time. The next recommendation that I have, other than looking for potential, is looking for flat magic attack, flat attack of like plus 11, plus 3, whatever is not. Early on, the sources of magic attack at flat attack is very few, but the bonus potential is where you can get the flat magic attack, flat bonus potential of attack as well. So look for those. Those are actually worth quite a bit of money as well. Don't just look for percentage INT, even though you want to make your stat line here inflated a little bit. So that is a quick tip that I have. Go for the bonus potentials with flat attack, flat magic attack. They will add a lot more damage for you in the long run. And that pretty much sums up my lower cost guide of getting started in the game, being super efficient as well. If you want to know how to actually scale with time, because all of these items that we talked about generally are depreciating assets, which means that if you don't play the game, 1 week later, your item might be worth a lot less. At this point, I highly recommend you check out the video below. It will make you thousands of dollars over the course of your MapleN career. I played this game for 20 plus years, and I share with you my knowledge, experience, my mistakes as well. If you appreciate such content, like, subscribe, make sure the notification bell is turned on, and check out one of these 2 other videos or the pinned comment video. See you guys in the next one.